So M&M's announced that their characters are going to become more inclusive, like more inclusive with healthy ingredients so your products are healthier for the people who eat them. Oh, no. They mean just like you, diverse, empowering. Right. So are people appreciating it? Well, apparently not. These women at Hey Alma, which describes itself as Jewish, feminist, and full of chutzpah, with this stunning article that I read, is the orange M&M Jewish? An investigation. M&M's recently rebranded their mascots, and anxiety-ridden orange is suddenly feeling awfully familiar, where they allege that the orange M&M represents anxiety, and I literally quote from that article, but I still can't help feeling that anxiety has become one of the defining characters of the Jewish experience for me and for so many of my Jewish peers. To be fair, when I saw the anxiety orange M&M, I wasn't thinking it was representing the Jewish community. I thought it was reaching out to all the millions of kids that Big Pharma probably drove insane by riddling our generation with prescription pills, opioids, and fentanyl. Healthy snacks would be better for all of us, but these backward companies do everything but that. While M&Ms are going woke fighting the important issues, LA's been under fire for multiple reasons, including these pictures that have been surfacing of train robberies that even Gavin Newsom finally admits look like a third world country.
I see what you see, I see what you've been covering, I see what everybody's seen, and asking myself, what the hell is going on? I mean, look like a third world country, these images, the drone images that were on the nightly news, day in and day out. Some networks weaponizing them for their own political agenda, and others just reporting the damn news.
I feel like although this is a parody news outlet, Babylon Bee, they really nailed it with this headline. Gavin Newsom demands answers from whoever's in charge of California, aka him. Where has this guy been? I lived in LA for 7 or 8 years. Every year it got worse and worse and worse and worse, and it's looked like a third world country in LA for a long time. And it's only been getting worse and growing and growing and growing and growing. So it's June 10th, 2019, and I decided to drive around to show you how overwhelming the homeless problem is getting in Los Angeles. It didn't take me very long to get this footage. It's everywhere. Hancock Park is one of the nicest places in LA, and recently this 24-year-old girl got murdered while working at a high-end furniture store. Beverly Hills is not as desirable as it used to be. The whole city is a fail. And while all this is happening, they're making sure to enforce a mask mandate. Gavin Newsom, the psychopath. While a lot of European countries are starting to lay off the mandates, Gavin Newsom and LA are going even harder. They're making you show your papers to enter facilities while letting the entire city fall apart. Look at this video of how they've ruined entire neighborhoods, including streets that I used to walk down to go to work every day. I'm not an overly partisan person, but the Democratic Party has gone absolutely insane. They are weak on crime. They are weak on cleaning up the streets. They are weak on homelessness. Everything they do backfires. They screw over the good citizen and the good Samaritan. They reward the criminal and the degenerate, not in a way that helps them be a better person, in a way that screws up the entire neighborhood for everybody and makes it less safe for the person involved and everyone else. And then on top of that, they have the gall to be medical authoritarian psychopaths and usher in a dystopian world where you're not even safe in the safest part of the city, but you have to show papers of your vaccination status, as they're banning people on Twitter months ago for saying what the CDC admits now, that natural immunity is real and it was proven to be stronger than someone vaccinated who didn't have natural immunity during the Delta surge. But if you were to say that when it happened, I guarantee, like Alex Berenson on Twitter, you would have been penalized for going against our authorities. Luckily, the Biden administration is so garbage that even his own allies can't cover it up anymore. The Department of Homeland Security recently tweeted out in DC about the empty shelves, warning people to be careful about it and ration properly. And I'm not sure who this guy on CNN is, but he absolutely torched Anderson Cooper and gave CNN a rare moment of truth.
Just wrote, essentially saying this is Joe Biden doing what Joe Biden does.
Yeah, well, I never imagined how quickly this would all unfold. The person they sold on the campaign, the nice old, moderate grandpa who just wanted to help everybody get along and compromise, is not what we got over the last year. He has no mandate really to do much of anything. It's amazing that he got a couple of things done when the mandate was really pretty clear. 50-50 Senate, a near 50-50 House, and a pretty close presidential election. The mandate was simply replace Donald Trump and don't do anything drastic or stupid. And everything about this agenda is extremely drastic. And he's been angrier than I think people expected. He's been more divisive. He's been more partisan. You look at the issues. We built 5 years of coverage on Trump out of Russia, COVID, and democracy. The president at his press conference invites Russia to invade the Ukraine. We got more deaths under Biden than Trump. And now we have the president and vice president and leading Democrats question the legitimacy of the 2022 election. Are we any better off on these three issues that we crucified Trump over? I think he has a lot of political problems, and an AP poll came out this morning. Only 28% of Americans want the sitting president to run for re-election, and fewer than half of Democrats. This is a disaster.
Why do you think they're finally starting to tell the truth? Do you think it's a political ploy because they know they're going to lose this next election in 2022? Do you think they're trying to replace Biden because he's so pathetic and bad for the Democratic Party that they probably can't win with him? Do you think that they're actually sick and tired of what's going on? I mean, even if you went along with the politicization of all this science, who in the hell wants to live like a prisoner and a serf and a peasant for the rest of their lives just to prove a point against the other side? Attacking things like someone's immune system, their ability to access work, gyms, restaurants. At a certain point, being that evil and that backwards has to weigh on your conscience, your body, your mind. Are these people finally actually learning? Are they tired of going along with it? Barry Weiss on Bill Maher recently went viral. Not that I trust her, to be honest, but admitting that she's suppressing her own feelings about the pandemic because as somebody who's left-wing and works in left-wing media with journalism, she's afraid of the bullies on the left wing accusing her of being something that she's not for simply having basic decency and common sense.
I'm done.
With this question?
No, I'm done with COVID. I'm done. It's like I went so hard on COVID. I
remember.
Sprayed the Pringles cans that I bought at the grocery store, stripped my clothes off because I thought COVID would be on my clothes. Like, I did it all. I watched Tiger King. I got to the end of Spotify. Like, we all did it, right?
No, we did not do it.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of us did do it. And then we were told, you get the vaccine. You get the vaccine and you get back to normal. And we haven't gotten back to normal. And it's ridiculous at this point. I know that so many of my liberal and progressive friends are with me on this, and they do not want to say it out loud because they are scared to be called anti-vax or to be called science denial or to be, smeared as a Trumper. I'm sorry, if you believe the science, you will look at the data.
Are the tides turning? I would sure hope so. Let me know what you guys think. God bless you. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll be back with more videos. And thanks to everybody getting a hat, a sweatshirt, or a long sleeve at dreamrare.com, my official website of Made in the USA merch. Have a beautiful day, and I'll be back soon.